Oh, yeah. All right. Well, today, guys, we've got a 914, and as you heard, it's got a 6 in it. And I'll tell you what, this thing is a hoot to drive. It is everything a 914 should be, with a little more horsepower. Let's put it that way. The owner of this car, we'll call him Gary. Gary is very patient. I've had this car for a little while now. We've done a lot of work to it. I've got a trunk full of parts that I've removed, and I want to do a walkthrough around it. You look at it, looks like a 914 with alloys. Alloys maybe tell you maybe it's got a 6 in it, maybe not, but this one does. Let me show you and let me talk about it. All right, here we go. Okay, so at first, it's just a really good looking black 914. It's just it's just an amazing little car to drive. It's super fun. And I'm just going to walk around it really quick to show it to you before I go into talking about it. Okay, here we go. We just put the sport muffler on it. You can see that right there. That's the sport muffler we just put on it. Sounds good, got a good response. They've done a lot of work on this car. And it's just, let me show you the interior on it. They did is they removed the dash and they vinyl covered the metal dash and put like an eyebrow over the gauges. It's really kind of a cool, lightweight way to do the dash. It's got Recaro fiberglass sport seats in it. And look at this. I thought this was really cool. Check this out. We can get in on that. That's cool. That little emblem right there. It says Porsche. It's really cool. We do have headrests. We're going to put headrest on them. Just so you know, this did have a roll cage in it. We removed that. As for what it has on it, we'll go over that real quick. We've got 16-inch alloys. I changed out the lug nuts they were too short. They barely came out of the lug nut. Actually, they were flush with the lug nut. So, they should be at least a quarter out. So we added these because there's spacers to get those in there. And if you can look at the caliper in there, it's a turbo. It's got turbo brakes all the way around. I've got a 23 millimeter master cylinder in it. And this is the real turbo 16x9 with the recessed lug nuts, 1986 if I'm correct. And it's got a sweet little flare in it. Honestly, it's just enough to do what it's got to do, as you can see. Let's check that out. See that? That's just enough flare to cover that monster wheel that's in there. Okay, so what we did is we removed the motor, and I took it all the way down to a long block. And there was a lot of speculation on the engine and what it was. Turns out it's like a 1970 2.2 liter that was cut to 2.7 pistons and cylinders. So the case is cut to take 2.7 cylinders and pistons in it. And it's got Webers on there, which we had a lot of issues with the Webers. Now they're working great. I actually had to drill and run drill bits and everything through the idle circuit system that was plugged up in there. And now that's all good. And as you can hear, it idles really nice. It's got a nice note to it. The transmission, I took it over to California Motorsports, and what we did there is we took the trans apart, took the covers off with Sean and I, and we looked at the gears that were in there. It does have a limited slip at 80%, and it was really cool to do that. It's got some pretty old school tricks to it, and we just we wanted to know what's in there, just like the motor. You know, guys are saying it's a 2.2, it's a 2.7. It is a 2.7. So and it is running S cams. I verified that, and I put a 123 distributor in it. The distributor that was in it was a Morelli, if you can believe that's still in there. So we ditched that, did the 123 in there, and then I changed all the wiring. The wiring was kind of goofy that was in there. I redid all the wiring. I ordered a CDI box wire harness from, I got that from Restoration Design, which is now selling those wiring harnesses, and it's perfect. Fits right in there really nice, super easy to use, and plenty of the length of it was good so that you could locate the CD box wherever you wanted. I decided to put it in the trunk just to get it out of the engine compartment. Let me show you what's in the trunk. Okay, so the other thing I did is, you can see between the tail lights, I took out, it had a reflector that they used to do in the 80s, and it had a pop off to open the trunk from the inside with an electric switch. Well, that wasn't working, so Gary and I decided to get rid of that reflector. He actually wanted it gone, and it had these monster holes in there for the reflector, of course. So we took that, and I pulled it off and couldn't believe the size of the holes they had cut in there to put that. But anyways, we got rid of it. I closed it all up. I shot the black paint in the middle there, got a lock for it. Actually, I don't know if you guys know, but that little lock there, those are getting pretty hard to get. But I did find one. So I'll show you what's inside. So that's where I decided to put my CD box. Came through, wired it really clean, go right up to the distributor. Goes right up into there. I got my hot wire coming through here. I wired it up real clean, got rid of all the goofy stuff I didn't like. So in the trunk, we've got the old reflector, of course. Here's the solenoid pop-off I was talking about. This was the mechanism to open it up, so we ditched that. Here's the old, the old coil, the Morelli distributor cap. We did turn signal switches, which were cut to accommodate the steering wheels because they were too close. So we got the factory ones in there now. I got rid of this kind of goofy stuff. If you have this glass fuel filter, which is supposedly you're able to, you can take it apart and redo it. This thing here is glass. Get rid of it. These things leak. It's not that cool looking. It will fail. It will leak. It's just a matter of time. So if you do have one of these, just do me a favor, do yourself a favor, get rid of it. These are just horrible. Don't want to see them. Don't want to see those. So we did a throwout bearing in it. This was modified. You can see it was cut down, turned down for the holes that was smaller. It had a silver stainless hose on it. I got rid of that. I don't even know what else we got here. Those are for the roll bar that had the roll bar in there. I got rid of the aluminum lugs. I like to run steel, especially in this car. We got rid of the shifter. We got a new shifter in there. I'll show you that. So this is just kind of the stuff that we're doing. Let me show you here. Okay, so let's go. I actually want to show you the front, because this car, it has a lot of cool stuff. Watch, look at this. Okay, let's go to the front here. Okay, look at this. Okay, that has an oil cooler in there, and look at the shrouding done on this. It was done. This is done very nice. I didn't do this. It was like this when we got the car, and you can see they did a nice job running the oil lines in there. They go through the body, they go out the back. I'll show you the other part of that console. I put an air dam on the front. This is made by GT Racing. and you can see the coolers right there. We are looking for a screen, a gravel guard to get in there to cover that up. It's a tight little spot right now, but we do have plans to put a gravel guard in there, because this will pick up gravel from the road being so low like this. So that's the trunk area. The lights weren't working. I don't know if you guys know, there's behind this cover here, there's a relay, a round relay like Porsche uses on the fuse boxes on the 911s. That was burnt, so this light wasn't working up and down. Took a little while to figure that out. There's just a lot of little things that are kind of quirky, that are different than a 911, and if you don't know, you don't know, and I had to figure it out. So I learned a lot on this car, and it was really fun to work on. The fun part, it's just fun to drive. We did the mirrors. It had a mirror on here that was the mirrors in the trunk. It was glued on the glass here, and in order to make it stick on the glass, they grinded up the glass so that the glue would adhere. We ditched those. We decided to get rid of those. I put a clear glass back in there, so we replaced that glass. I mean, it kind of goes on and on this car. Let me show you this side. The only thing we need to do is we're going to hook up our heaters. It does have the boxes below, so we'll get our heaters in there. And I want to show you the oil system that's in here, which is really cool because it's got a separate thermostat. Look at that. Okay, so it's got a thermostat for the front oil cooler. I mean, that's a pretty cool deal right there. See that? Okay, so thermostat for the oil cooler. God, I can just, you saw the old coil in there. I put a shorty in there like it's supposed to have. It just kind of went through the whole car and made it the way I would do my own car. I don't want Gary driving it around and have an issue up there. But I know I could tell you right now that a lot of guys, this is going to LA, so I could tell you a lot of guys are going to be seeing this car from this angle right there. That's what they're going to be looking at, because this thing is evil. It is something else to drive. And the transmission ratios, second and third gear is all you're going to need carving through Mulholland, going through Stunt Road. Angeles Crest is a little faster. This will gear for that. The top gear, ZZ, this thing's going to go down the freeway at it'll go faster than you probably want to go, with low RPMs. That was a cool thing. So it was really good to sit at California Motorsports with Sean and let him go through it and show me what gears were in there, because I was very, very curious, because this car had a lot of tricks done to it that you can't see, but when you start learning the car, you realize how much stuff actually is in it. Like I said, we've taken a lot out of it, stuff that we don't feel that we needed or wanted, but it's just a super nice chassis. Oh, I did torsion bars. I took I think there were 24s in the front, took those out. I put 20s in it. It was too rigid for kind of just even going to the store. It was really rigid, so I got rid of those. I like the way it rides better now, but believe me, it's still very stiff. It's by nowhere a soft ride, but it's very firm, and the car's on the ground. The rear's got 200-pound coils in it. We took the rear sway bar out of it. We didn't want that, and as you can see, it's a cool car. They took the texture off of the top. I did polish this car. It was kind of oxidized. I can still take it to another level, which I will before it goes to LA. Let me show you the shifter. So I did an open box on this shifter, and I like the shifter. It does come with different springs. Here, I'll show you. It's made by Shift, and it's got, so the blue springs, you change out the blue springs, they sit on the other side here, and what it does is it controls the weight of how much push push you have when you put it over to fourth and fifth, and then to first gear. So you can lighten that. I'm personally going to lighten it. I'm going to try the Blue Spring and see what how that works out. And like it shows here, you know, the gold, the blue. Right now the gold's in there, so I'm going to go with the blue and try those out too. Here's the boot for it. Personally, I like the way it looks like that. It looks pretty mechanical. And so we just, you know, that's going to be up to the owner to see what he wants to do on it. We like I said, we got headrests coming for it. Can't think of anything else. I did a video on the doors, on the door mechanisms to open these up. You can see that was, you got to tear the door panels out and all that stuff. And then we did add a mirror on this side, which is factory. And I think Gary got those in. I don't know. He might have bought those in Europe, and they're really nice. I had to locate the location. I looked at all the factory pictures with the passenger mirrors, and I actually put it a little further back. I felt that it was a little easier to see so you don't really catch the post. So I think I put it about maybe halfway of where it was. I like that location of it, but you can just see how this car is. I mean, it's quite something else. Anyhow, I think that's about all I wanted to say on this car. And that's cool. And I put that on for a cool reason for the Carmel. Anyhow, let me see here. Okay. All right. Steering wheel, we had to add a hub. We got the hub from David TRE, just to extend it just enough to give me clearance from the turn signal stock. So that's why they had cut the old ones. So now, anyway, so we're up here in a parking lot at the yacht club for Lake Havasu, and I just wanted to bring the car out today, and I'm out driving it around, putting a little time on it before it goes back to LA. The thing about this car is it's very unique, and you see a 914, and you know most of them are 4s. I personally know Dave's got a black one like this, and I think there was another black one around. And these things are literally little go-karts, and when you put some nice horsepower back there, it really makes for quite a great car. But the thing with this one, with the S-cams on it, when you get on this car, you go out second gear, you hit third and open it up, and the thing it just becomes unglued. It just wants to pull out of your hands. It can be a little scary, but from what I understand, Gary's quite a driver, and I'm sure we'll be putting cutting some rubber pieces off the tires from heating them up, I'm sure. But anyhow, so I'm going to leave it at that, and thanks for watching. I'm trying to get as many subscribers as I can so I can put more time into this. But this car will be wrapped up. You'll see it in LA. It's a blue and yellow license plate car, so it's very original. As for being in California for so long, so there you go. And you know, a lot of guys might remember who had this car. We just like I said, we took it, we kind of went through it, refined it, got it all where I wanted, where I felt comfortable to release it to Gary to take to LA and have a good time in the car. Like I said, I'm just gonna wrap up, but I just want to give you guys, when you see this car, I just want to tell you, this is what you're gonna see when you see this car. Honestly, this is the angle you're gonna see this car at. All right, we're out. Subscribe, hit our likes. We'll talk to you guys later.